The schedule this week is we're going to practice at 11 o'clock today and tomorrow. We're going to get on the airplane about 3 o'clock. We'll have a practice at Creighton at about 11:45 on Friday. Thursday. Sorry. We'll lift afterwards, and then we've got the 50-minute slot of BP at TD Ameritrade on Friday.
Has it sunk in for you yet? Have you kind of allowed yourself to enjoy this a little bit yet, or is there still too much left to do?
Well, I think we're enjoying it, as much as you're supposed to. There's a cap on that. But we'll get to practice today, and we'll make sure that our mindset is where it needs to be as we move on with the week.
What was that trip home like for the guys? Was it a lot of sleeping, or is it still a lot of excitement?
It's pretty quiet, but the kids are excited. And, the best bus ride was from the field to the hotel. After the ball game, that was a good 25 minutes. The kids are fired up, and so was the coaching staff.
Have you had a chance to look at Washington yet?
No, I will.
Do you know their coach, their system out there?
I know Lindsay well, sure. A lot of respect for the Huskies and Lindsay, and they'll be a well-coached team with a lot of really good players.
Mississippi State's had some experience for West Coast baseball, and of course you've been out there in your career as well. I mean, if you had to summarize any general differences between how they pitch or play it, are there anything that jumps out to you?
Oh, I couldn't go there yet. I think 25 years ago it was big ball out here in the SEC and small ball on the West Coast. I think there's a tremendous amount of familiarity. At this point, there's no secrets. Everybody's on TV. You can get to know who you're playing pretty quick with just a little bit of investment of time. But I wouldn't characterize them as being dramatically different than a good team in any league.
You got a few guys that you can plug in at DH. You cycled a couple through in Tallahassee, the one with Westburg, all three in Nashville. Is that kind of a feel decision for you? How do you kind of make those DH decisions?
In terms of who's going to be our DH?
Yes.
Well, I just feel like at this point, that stuff changes all the time. But at this point, we're pretty comfortable with Jordan in that spot. He did in there for a while. He had the strained hamstring, which appears to be back to being in good shape. But you look at the matchup, you look at who's hot, you look at what you think the game might ask you to do, and then you try to make the best decision you can, like you do at every other spot.
I don't think Marshall played at all in Nashville, if I remember right. Is he healthy?
Yep, everybody's, as far as I know, I think we're in good shape health-wise.
With the rest factor now relatively equal between Connor and Ethan, when do you expect to make a decision on how you'll line it up?
Well, I'll talk to those guys today. I don't like to tell you what I'm going to do until I know what I'm going to do. And not to be cute with an answer or anything, but I think it makes sense to, talk to them and, avoid having to change or, what you're doing for whatever reason. But I'll talk to them today and see how they feel, and then we'll make a good decision.
You guys, playing these close games like this and winning in dramatic fashion, that might take it out of a lot of teams. Your guys seem to thrive on that. Is that say something about the makeup of the team, or what is that?
Well, I think it does. I think being in our league, you look around, there's a lot of close games in our league. I think our league is a great way to prepare for the postseason. I think if we didn't have three of them matched up in super regionals, you might have a few more making the trip to Omaha. But I think the league does a great job of preparing you to play tight games in the postseason and being on the big stage. And that's the beauty of being in our league, boy.
When did you become aware of the Rally Banana, and what did you think of it when you first saw it kind of catching on?
Coach Henderson's opinion of the Rally Banana. I'm glad that the kids are having a good time. I want them to be loose. I want them to be confident. I want them to play on the edge. I want them to like being in the dugout. All of those things come into play. I don't remember the exact moment that I learned of the value and the importance of the Rally Banana. I guess we're attributing it to Jordan Westburg at this point. I guess those are my thoughts on the Rally Banana. Our fans have adopted it and they love it, and so I'm all for it.
Is there a certain point where there could be too many bananas in the dugout?
Well, I think it's really the quality of the banana as opposed to the, the number of them. But no, I think it's like anything, and we'll have practice today, and I will address those. I'm not going to address the banana, but I will address, where your thoughts should be, where they should be, why they should be there, what allows you to be successful over a period of time or in any given situation. Well, I'll address all of that with those kids, and they'll know exactly what I think and why.
Do you like bananas?
I like bananas. Yeah, but I think more importantly is the kids need to understand that there's a balance to be found. In life and in all areas, there's a balance to be found, and we'll find it. And our kids will handle that well.
You mentioned the balance, and at the end of a long season, especially with the pressures a team has, can something like that, whether it's a banana or any kind of gimmick, can that help keep that balance you're looking for? Where pressure.
You're talking about alleviate and manage stress for your kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And engage your fan base and give them something to focus on. Any kid that's heard me or been with me in our programs, wherever I've been for the last 20, 25 years, has heard, man, if something's funny, you laugh. Mm-hmm. That's a staple of whatever program I'm involved in. And that just speaks to the fact that you've got to be able to have a sense of humor. If you play baseball and you're in the dugout, you have to. And while the banana may not be directly or may not directly impact humor, it speaks to the fact that you want your kids loose and you want them enjoying the environment.
As a player and a coach yourself in your early years, did you ever do anything crazy or stupid like that?
Sure. Absolutely.
You care to share?
No. but that just goes, I was a pitcher. Mm-hmm. And so you pitch and you get some days off, and that's kind of what you do. And yeah, absolutely. Enough. Next question.
I feel like sometimes you have to kind of tell the guys to remember to soak in the moment, but it seems like Jake Mangum is not having that problem. He seems to be soaking up every single bit of this. Can you just tell me what he means to this team and what this run might mean to him?
Is Jake here today?
He is.
Okay, well, that's the second part. Let's direct to Jake. But Jake's, as I've said many times, a really important factor. We've got a lot of guys that are a big part of our team. He's one of them. Nobody's bigger than the team, and nobody understands that more than Jake Mangum. He's all about the team. He's all about Mississippi State. When I took over, I told him what I was going to need from him and why. He got it. He understood immediately. He's been awesome. He's a great teammate. He's a really good player. It's an honor to coach him, and I just have a lot of respect for him and how he goes about this, and he loves Mississippi State.
What was it you asked him?
I just told him what we're going to need.
Yeah.
Basic. We're going to need leadership. We're going to need communication. Those types of things. And I need you to play hard, and I need you to, when I ask you to do something, I need you to do it. And I didn't deliver it in any other way than just very open. And it was a very, very easy conversation. And don't read too much into it.
Right.
It's kind of the conversation you have with kids all the time. Very, very basic, very direct. We good?